So despite that looming disappointment, where our hopes are raised and then dashed because of the small spot public, you can still at least say that people in Labour and their affiliates have our hearts in the right places. I mean, we've got to combat climate change. And the public counts for nothing in the face of Mother Earth. Oh yes, mate, the public is so hypocritical. They look upon other kinds of rapists with disdain. But they look at themselves in the mirror and think, ew, we're not wrong in any conceivable manner. And then they blame Labour for being just the same. Hypocrites again! I don't believe the arseholes!
Another successful, lefty-friendly policy is also blossoming in this country under Labour. As we all know, the prison system is becoming softer and softer overall, despite the leftists saying punishments are still as harsh as before. Well, if they were, then people in Labour wouldn't have been working so hard to trash everything, would they? One of the latest examples of softness in the paper is of a prisoner serving a life sentence for attempted murder, boasting about his luxurious life behind bars. Alan Barker, who has spent more than half his life in jail for a variety of offences, said he loved being there because it offered him almost unlimited freedom. The violent criminal, an inmate at Elmley Prison on the Isle of Sheppey in Kent, said he was so happy he would turn down parole if it were offered. What's more, prison warders are in revolt after being ordered to call inmates Mr. Officers at Little Hay Jail have been told they can use prisoners' first names over the public address system, but cannot call them using only their surnames. The move has been slammed as daft by warders at the jail. This hasn't been the first case. Prison officers across the land have been even more depressed. They've been forced to adopt more and more Mr. Barraclough-style measures to cosy up to criminals. The respect shown to them has gone down, their pay has gone down, and, let's face it, they get disrespect from people above them as well as beneath them. They don't stop moaning, and it's justified too. They feel devalued, underappreciated and worthless.
Yeah, mate, the fascists, the man, is being shown a little bit of disrespect back. No more will he strut about thinking he's the master of other people's lives, mate. You've got to have a little bit of balance. Votes Labour!
Which is probably why a women's prison is now having a male prisoner foisted on them, because the judge at his trial was swayed by the bollocks that he was a woman trapped in a man's body.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he's going to have a sex change operation, mate. And, well, he does feel it. I mean, if he feels like a woman, mate, then why not treat him like a woman?
Yeah, that's what, perhaps I'm looking at this in the wrong perspective. Maybe the judge is actually punishing him by saying, OK, you think you're a woman, live like a woman. That will be degrading and humiliating.
Degrading and humiliating? You just wait till I get my hands on that bloody judge, mate. Don't forget that somebody in Labour is the current Lord Chief Justice, boss of all the judges, and he's going to have him on the bloody carpet, mate. When we employ judges, we trust them to be explicitly politically correct, not bloody sadistic. You just wait till I get to the phone, mate. You just wait till I... Oh, hang on a minute. Maybe he was being politically correct and you're just winding me up. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't confuse and frustrate people in Labour.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're getting enough of that as it is. I thought you'd be used to it by now.
Nobody cares about people in Labour just because we always try to box the public and anger and frustrate them as much as possible. They have to go and get themselves a complex.
Well, this prisoner bloke he did kill, didn't he? And he tried to rape somebody else. Oh, so he can't have been that much a woman, can he?
Yes, but well, you got to understand the principle of the whole approach, haven't you? Because if you show a little bit of open-mindedness, you're going to get better results at the end, mate. People are going to rehabilitate if you cave into their every whim and wish. Well, it's what a left-winger is for. Vote Labour.
Well, what about the wishes of the public?
Well, I mean, that's different. They're not psychopaths or weirdos, are they? Oh, God. No, don't take any notice of that. Please ignore it. You might end up taking things the wrong way.
The cancer of political correctness only spreads, and it's harder and harder to get rid of. You wouldn't consider the British Medical Association to be trendy in any way, although sometimes they would, quite understandably, be quite overzealous to push health matters. Well, that's what they're there for. But they're straying into political territory a little bit here when they're calling for all advertising of beer and other alcohol to be outlawed totally. They say that banning the adverts will stop young people from being encouraged to drink, and it will also make perhaps the brainless adults not think about drinking if there's no advert on display to inspire them.
Oh yes, mate. Professor Gerard Hastings has certainly got the right idea when he wants to go right over the edge in being an extreme spoil sport. We're twining the likes of them up good. Oh yes, mate, and when you consider that there's been some extra research by scientists in Toronto to suggest that people are more harmed by passive smoking than ever you think, mate. It may give people in Labour a gem of an idea to try and outlaw all smoking outside. Yeah, so people who complain that smokers are forced to languish in doorways to smoke like naughty schoolboys won't have anything to complain about when we can ban them outright. That's what we've been hinting towards over the years. Oh, it's so beautiful and I can't wait for the day, mate. I'm jumping the gun a bit, but I'm only looking forward to future Labour Party success. Much the same as you've experienced all through the past 12 years of our celestial government. Future Labour.